Have you ever thought about those artists who don't just get famous, but actually change the whole art form?
Yeah, the real game changers.
Exactly. The ones who aren't afraid to, break the mold, who
Mhm.
bring this incredible depth and nuance, and they just change how we see things afterwards.
Mhm.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into someone just like that. Nutan, an iconic Indian actress. Her work, her life, it left this, well, indelible mark on Indian cinema.
Truly profound.
So we're going to unpack her story, drawing from a really comprehensive biography, basically giving you a shortcut to understanding her huge impact.
That's the plan. We
Yeah.
really want to get into what made her so special.
Okay.
What can we learn from her about maybe courage and creativity?
Right.
And how does her legacy still resonate?
Right.
We'll look at her professional highs, sure, but also her personal choices and how those things, interestingly, intersected.
Okay, let's dive right in. Starting at the beginning with her roots,
Yeah.
her full name was Nutan Samarth Bal, born June 4th, 1936, in Bombay, British India.
And she passed away February 21st, 1991 in Mumbai. She was only 54.
Yeah, quite young. And what's striking right away is her family, the Samarth family, deeply, deeply connected with Indian cinema.
Oh, absolutely. It wasn't just a connection. She was basically born into the heart of the industry. Her mother, Shobna Samarth, a really popular actress back in the 30s and 40s.
Wow, okay.
And her father, Kamarsan Samarth, was a director. So, she grew up in this Rathi Hindu family that was already shaping Indian film,
So she's literally cinema royalty from birth.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And it continues. She was the eldest of 4 siblings, and her sister Tanuja also became a famous actress.
Right, Tanuja. And that makes her the aunt of Kajol and Tanisha Mukherjee, who are huge names today.
Exactly. So you see this powerful lineage.
It's fascinating. But it wasn't just cinema, right? She had other education, too.
Yeah, she attended St. Joseph's Convent School in Mumbai, and interestingly, later went to study in Switzerland for a bit. So a broader background than you might expect.
Okay, so how did she actually start acting? It was incredibly early, wasn't it?
Unbelievably early. She debuted at just 14?
All right.
14.
Yeah.
In a 1950 film called Hamari Beti. And get this, it was directed by her own mother.
No way. Talk about keeping it in the family.
Right. Imagine that dynamic. The pressure, maybe, but also maybe a unique kind of support system.
Must have been quite something, but that wasn't her big breakthrough, was it?
No, that came a few years later. The real turning point was the film Seema in 1955.
Seema. Okay, why was that one so significant?
Well, that's the film that won her first Filmfare Award for Best Actress.
Mm-hmm.
And Filmfare Awards, for anyone listening who might not know, are basically India's Oscars.
Ah, okay, so that really put her on the map.
Absolutely. Cemented her arrival as a major talent, no longer just Shobna Samarth's daughter, but Nutan, the award-winning actress.
So this leads into what people call her golden era, right? The 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
What defined this period for her?
Yeah, the golden era. This is where she truly redefined the heroine in Indian cinema. See, a lot of actresses then were focused on glamour, maybe melodrama.
Typical mold, maybe.
Kind of, yeah. But Nutan brought this subtle realism. She was known for incredibly powerful performances, but with this amazing emotional depth. It wasn't always loud. It was often quiet, internal.
Interesting.
She really broke that stereotype of just needing glamorous roles. She became celebrated for playing strong, complex women, characters who are often grappling with internal struggles, not just external drama.
So less about surface, more about substance.
Exactly. That quiet power was pretty radical for the time. And that's where her unique contribution, I think, really starts to shine.
And she made some landmark films during this era that showed off this range. We mentioned Seema.
Right, your first Filmfare win.
Then there was Sujata in 59.
Yeah.
Critically acclaimed, right? And it tackled caste discrimination.
Yeah, a really sensitive topic, especially back then.
Yeah.
Very bold choice. Shows her willingness to take on meaningful roles.
And Bandini in 1963, people often say that's one of her absolute best performances. Directed by Bimal Roy, the legend.
Oh, Bandini is a masterclass. Just incredible depth. And, yeah, working with Bimal Roy, that says a lot. She also did other key films like Anari in 59,
Milan in 67.
Saraswati Chandra in 68, Anurag in 72. The list goes on. She was consistently delivering powerful work.
And it didn't stop there. She won another Best Actress Filmfare much later for Main Tulsi Ter Angan Ki in 1978.
Right, which shows her incredible staying power. Well beyond that initial golden era, she kept evolving.
That's what's so remarkable. She didn't just fade away. She transitioned, even taking supporting roles later in her career, but still making a huge impact.
Absolutely. That's a sign of a true artist, isn't it? She proved her talent wasn't just about being the lead. She delivered impactful performances right to the end, like in Mary Young from 1985.
She won an award for that, too, didn't she?
Yeah, she won the Filmfare Award for Best Supporting Actress for that one. Shows her versatility and how respected she remained.
And she was still in other significant films around that time, like Sajan Ki Saheli, Naam, Karma, all in the 80s.
hmm Kept working, kept delivering quality.
Okay, so we've talked about the films, the awards, but let's try and nail down what was the absolute essence of her acting style. What made a Nutan performance so Nutan?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think, for me, it boils down to this unique blend of um, naturalism and emotional precision.
Naturalism, like she felt real.
Exactly. She didn't seem like she was acting in the way some stars did. It felt authentic. There was this immense grace, but also this profound emotional intensity simmering beneath the surface.
So intense, but not showy.
Precisely. And her versatility was incredible. She could play rebellious women challenging norms, then turn around and embody devoted wives or mothers enduring suffering, all with the same conviction.
It makes sense she was a favorite of directors like Bimal Roy and Hrishikesh Mukherjee then.
Oh, definitely. They recognized that ability she had to bring such deep human truth to a role. She could convey so much with just a look.
Yeah, sounds like she truly inhabited her characters, and the awards certainly reflect that talent. You mentioned the Filmfare record.
All right, 5 Best Actress wins. 5. That record stood for decades. It was just phenomenal.
Let's list them again because it's impressive. Seema 55, Sujata 59, Bendini 63, Milan 67.
And Main Tulsi Terry Angan Ki in 78. Just an amazing run.
Plus the Best Supporting Actress for Mary Young in 85. That's 6 Filmfares in total.
An incredible achievement. And it wasn't just industry awards. She got national recognition, too.
Ah, yes, the Padma Shri.
Exactly, in 1974. That's India's 4th highest civilian honor. So her contribution was recognized on a national level, well beyond just film circles.
And she's often listed among the greatest Indian actresses ever.
Consistently, various publications, film historians, they all place her right up there. It really cements her legacy as someone whose subtle, powerful style deeply influenced the craft itself.
Okay, let's shift gears a little. We've talked a lot about her career, but what about her life outside the spotlight, her private life?
Right, well, she married Rajneesh Bal, who was a naval officer back in 1959,
Okay.
and they had a son, Monish Bal.
Who also became an actor. The legacy continues.
It does indeed. But what's really interesting about Nutan herself is how she handled fame. By all accounts, she was a deeply private person.
Really? Despite being such a huge star.
Yeah. Described as very spiritual, she practiced yoga, apparently, and managed to maintain this remarkable balance between her massive career and her personal life.
That's quite a feat, especially back then in that industry.
It really is. And I sometimes wonder if that personal serenity, that inner life, somehow informed her acting.
How so?
Well, that ability to convey deep emotion without big, flashy gestures. Maybe that came from a place of inner stillness. Her quiet strength on screen might have mirrored a quiet strength within. It set her apart from the more, perhaps melodramatic styles of some contemporaries.
That makes a lot of sense, actually, connecting the person to the performance.
Yeah, it adds another layer to understanding her uniqueness.
Sadly, her life was cut short. She passed away, as you said, in 1991, aged 54, after battling breast cancer.
Yes, a huge loss for Indian cinema at the time.
Definitely. But her legacy is undeniable.
Oh, absolutely. It's profound. Her nuanced performances, her elegance, that strong yet subtle screen presence. It didn't just entertain. It helped shape how women were portrayed in Indian films for generations. It elevated the art form.
She really sounds like an enduring icon.
Completely. An actress who managed to combine stunning beauty with real substance and incredible talent with, it seems, a deep sense of integrity. A blueprint for authenticity on screen, really.
So, thinking about all this,
Hmm.
what does it mean for you listening right now?
Well, maybe think about this. Here's someone dedicated to complex, meaningful roles, someone who also cultivated this very private, spiritual inner life. In our world today, which is so much about performance, about being public, what lessons can we maybe draw from Nutan's blend of artistic integrity and personal serenity?
Hmm.
How might her way of navigating life and work inspire us? Finding our own balance between what we put out into the world and what we keep sacred, especially if we're striving for authentic expression in whatever we do. Something to think about.